After a couple of weeks of holidays, I'm back. I mean, I have not uploaded video, but I do have a bunch that I've painted, so I'm just gonna upload them gradually. Today I'm painting this tiny Chihuahua who looks like he's about to order a coffee and then complain that it's taking too long. However, he's adorable. I came across this photo and immediately loved the expression. He's sitting at a cafe table, looking incredibly serious with his little paws on the table, like he has somewhere important to be. And honestly, I had to paint him. I started with a very light sketch, just getting the proportions of the head, the ears, the body, and that adorable little face into place. With pet portraits, I always think the eyes are one of the most important parts. You can get the fur and all the little details right, but if the eyes don't feel like the animal, the whole point can feel a little bit off. So I spent quite a bit of time working around the eyes and building up the dark areas of the face. Well, I actually like to work on layers, and sometimes I interpret that by just doing light washes like I did in this case, and other times I just center my attention on the eyes and nose, because for me those are like the focus parts. The reference photo has quite a few warm brown tones, so I wanted to keep the painting warm and soft rather than making everything one flat brown. I also left some of the paper showing through, especially in the lighter parts of the face. That's one of the things I really love about watercolor. You don't always have to paint everything. Sometimes the paper does half of the work for you. And then there are those ears. I mean, look at them. They're basically impossible to ignore. I worked in a few different layers to give them some warmth and texture while keeping the edges a little loose to the paintings, so the painting still feels like watercolor. As I move further down the body, I'm trying to keep the brushwork fairly expressive. I do prefer to center my attention on the face, and I think that's one of my favorite things about painting pets. You're not really just painting an animal. I think I'm always trying to capture that little expression that makes their owner instantly recognize them. I must say that the owner was really happy. She was like, "Oh my God, you got his sassy look." I was like, "Yeah," fell in love with it right away. That completely ridiculous face that somehow makes them even more lovable. And this Chihuahua definitely has one of those faces. At this point, the painting is starting to come together, so I'm going back in with some darker details and a few highlights. The eyes get a little more definition. As always, the nose gets some warmth, and I'm adding a few little whiskers and little fur marks, of course. These tiny details can make a surprisingly big difference. I'm also trying not to overwork it. That's probably one of the hardest parts in watercolor, because I can always keep adding paint, but sometimes the painting is better when you just stop. That actually happens a lot to me with portraits. Whenever I do a portrait, I really like what I'm doing to the face before I add the hair. I don't know if I should change. Anyway, that's for another video. So here is the finished Café costumer. I mean, it's almost finished. I really love how this one turned out. He still has that slightly serious expression from the original photo, which makes the whole thing even funnier. And I respect that. If you'd like to own a pet turned into a watercolor painting, I do take commissions. You can send me your favorite photo of your pet and I'll turn it into a handmade painting that you can keep forever. And if you enjoy watching this one come together, thank you for being here and supporting my art. I will leave my email and my Etsy shop in the description below if you're interested. Now I'm off to paint another animal who probably has absolutely no idea how much work they're about to cause me. I'll see you guys in the next one.